Hi guys, this video that I'm going to make is about hair fibres. People have said to me about what fibres did I use, do I still use them, so I thought I'd do a little video on it. The fibres, for those that don't know, are they're kind of like, I always think of it like pepper or dust. You basically get them in a tube like this, and it's kind of, I don't know if you can see that, you just sprinkle them on your head basically, and they use static to stick to your hair. And some people use hairspray with them, some don't. I just used to sprinkle them on. Since my transplant I've not used them as much, or I've only used them once actually on a day out that I went on. My crown area at the back is still growing a lot slower. It's growing, there's hair there and it's very thin, but it takes longer than the rest of the hair. So I thought I would do a demonstration of these fibres. There's loads of different brands out there. I've used probably about 10 different brands and they're all very similar. So what you have to do is just pick one that's similar colour to your hair. These ones are medium brown. You can get dark brown, like blonde ones, black, everything. I found these ones are sort of similar to my hair, or I might use the dark brown ones. Normally I just use medium brown though. Again, I get them from Amazon. These ones are called Beaver. Not sure if you can focus on that. There you go. So this one is a 28 gram tube, which is quite a large one. Some of them are smaller than that. These ones I love because they're pretty good value for money. These, again, I'll put a link to them so that you can get those if you want. These have saved my life basically. The last 8 years, when I started seeing a bald spot on the back, I started using these, and I'll show you in a minute how different they can make you look. These would last me probably about a month. I don't use them every day, and I think they're around about £10, so pretty good value to hide any bald spots. Before I'd even considered a hair transplant, I started using these a long time ago. So what you do, I've got a mirror beside me so I can see beside the camera, and then I've got another mirror down here that I hold behind so I can actually see. I don't know if you can see the crown just there. It's kind of, you can see it's a bit lighter because the hair's kind of quite short on it, just growing slowly. So I'll just see if I can put the camera over the top so you can actually see what they look like. Also, I can't see if it's focusing now. Yeah, these fibres I just think are amazing. They're called keratin fibres, keratin protein fibres. Adds thickness and fullness and ending scalp show through. You don't want to literally cover your hair in them because people would notice. You just want to put enough on so that it doesn't show. If it rains, they seem to stay, and if it's windy, they stay, and they kind of just stick to your hair. So you don't have to put hairspray in, but you can if you want. But like I said, I've tried loads of brands. Some are about 3 times as expensive as these, and they're exactly the same. Didn't make any difference. But that's where I buy these off of Amazon. Right, so what I'll do is, got them, and you just kind of sprinkle. I don't know if you can see them going on. So if you get them on your face, they do sort of sharps, you have to kind of brush them. Let's see if I can put them on the front. I mean, I'm putting quite a lot on there, so you don't want too much. But the main area I use them, they're not so good at the front, because it does, you have to kind of be quite precise. You kind of have to get it to go down your face and just brush them off. But you kind of might have to wipe them. But the area I like it for is the crown. So if you look, you can see my crown. There you go. You just shake them over like that. There we go. It's just, and now you can't see the crown hardly at all. Okay. So that is what I've used for so long before the transplant. Since I've had the transplant, I've not used them because I want, at the front I feel it looks better anyway, and at the back where the crown's sort of still growing, I'm just used to it now. I just let it grow. Hopefully it will keep growing. I'll just go over the top and see if you can see that. Not sure how well focused it is, but so now there you go. And so that is what using fibres does, makes the hair look thicker. And some guys who put their photos on websites get criticised because people say, oh, you're using fibres, and some say they're not, and all this. All the ones that I put on my videos, if I was, or photos on websites, if I was going to do that, I'd say if I was using fibres. I don't actually use them. I've only used them, apart from just then, once when I went out for the evening. I didn't want the crown showing through. But yeah, I'd highly recommend, if you don't want a hair transplant, use fibres. I've only had one guy said that, you know, he had a bad reaction breathing them in. He was coughing and stuff like that. So yeah, don't breathe them in. They're, you know, it's like dust sort of stuff. If you get them on your fingers, it kind of brushes off where you just wash them. If you go in a swimming pool, they would come off. If you go underwater, if you're in a shower, you wash them out, they'll come straight out. In rain, I found that they're fine. Obviously, if it was a really bad rainstorm, they do clump together a bit, so you'd have to probably wash your hair. But yeah, it's just like dust, really. That's the only other reason I didn't like using them at night. If you put them in, they can get onto your pillow, especially if you've got a white pillow. So that's another reason why I wanted a hair transplant, so I didn't have to keep putting things into my hair, so I could just sort of go to bed and not have to worry about waking up with like minoxidil yellow pillow or a hair fibres sort of brown pillow. Also, when you stay at a hotel or something like that, I was finding I was having to put a towel on the pillow just to stop fibres, unless you have a shower just before you go to bed. But otherwise, yeah, it's a bit of a pain. So yeah, I'm going to go and wash these out anyway because I don't really want them in there at the moment. And hopefully my hair will keep growing. On the 17th of April is my 4-month mark, so I'm pretty happy for how it's gone so far. For 3 months, or 3.5 months I'm at now, it's pretty good, I think. I did have sort of hair down the sides anyway. It's only bald on the crown, and I think they're called the widow's peaks down those side bits, and also they brought it forward a little bit there, and sort of forward there. Some people are saying about hairlines and stuff like that. I'm pretty happy with my hairline at the front. If you have it too far forward, they get you to go like that when you're having your hair transplant, and then they draw a line above your frown lines. If you had it obviously down to there, it just looks stupid, because when you're talking, your hair would be moving like this all the time. So, and I'm 44. I don't want a hairline of someone who's like 18, because it just wouldn't look right. It would look stupid. It'd be sort of, and to be honest, I can't remember my hairline what it was like when I was 18 anyway. I don't think it was tons different to what it is now. So I'm more than happy with the way they've done it. You can speak to your doctor if you want it slightly lower, but I just took the doctor's advice. Yeah, it's pretty much going well. If the crown catches up, then I'll be very happy. But like I said, the crown is the slowest part. It's always, I've been told, 12 to 18 months for that, and I'm at 3.5 months, so I can't expect miracles, but it's getting there. Let's just have a quick look again. So yeah, with the fibres in, you can't see it at all. Okay, you got any comments, just leave a comment down below. I'll leave a link to the fibres that I've always used. If you've got any questions, leave a comment or contact me on Instagram. If you want me to make a video about any other hair related products, just give me a shout. At the moment I don't use any gel or wax or anything like that in my hair. I'll just leave it as it is and just sort of push it into shave. I've got my laser comb thing that I bought. Use that just to brush it back, but I don't use it to style it or anything. I just basically push it with my fingers at the moment. But any questions, give me a shout and I'll try and answer them. Cheers.